Alrighty then. Good morning. 27 minutes after 9 o'clock on this Wednesday, right? It is Wednesday, or is it Thursday? It's Wednesday. Of course it's Wednesday. Why would I think it's Thursday? Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, at least for the first part of the week. We got another half week to go. Obviously, I'm wanting to rush that along fast. That's not happening. I'm with meteorologist Brian Good. I hope you guys have had a good, pleasant evening. We had a fine couple of days. We had some downpours yesterday, but most areas did stay dry. You had that overcast sky, so that still allowed you. I know it was humid out, but probably got some yard work done, or at least be able to set aside for a brief moment. So your shout outs. Again, you can comment on the social media side. Can't see that on the streaming side of the actual app, but we're going to hopefully change that here soon. We're working on it. Hello, Kathy and Michelle over in Linden. Got Sean over in Taylorsville. Hello, Angela over in Brandenburg. Angela Vanderberg over into the Taylorsville area. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Kevin over in St. Matthews. Happy Hump Day to Tracy over in Salem. Who else we got here? Hello to SBC. How are you doing on YouTube? And we got Brandon that's on here. Who else we got? Come on, give a shout out. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Just type in there and say hello. Anna Marie, good morning from Bardstown, Kentucky. We've got Anna with Ann and Anna in the chat. Anna, pretty in there as well. Hello, Anna. Hope you're doing well. Good morning to you guys. And Susan, hope all is well. With Madeline up there in Indiana. I know you guys have missed out on some downpours, but today may be your chance there. And I'll do one more. Doris in Madison, Indiana. Hope you're well there into the southern part of Indiana. Okay, as always, you guys can comment there. And as I try to do is try to get through everything I'm going to say first. And then if you have any questions, I'll try to circle back around. That's the easiest way to do that. Otherwise, we'll have just so many questions repeating the same thing that I'm about to cover. Right? That's fair. And this is not going to take too long today. All right. I promise. I'm not going to bore you to death. I just want to go through a few things. The most important thing of all that I need to share with you guys is that we are 60 days away. 60 days away from fall. I know. I need this like pinned up somewhere into like my Facebook or my wall at home, somewhere to count down to it. As always a case right here, you never know how fall is going to turn out, right? You want a lot of clear skies and cool mornings to bring out the best of colors. Last year was a really great fall. But the years when you have a drought and you have the heat waves that keep going into October, that just leads to a blah kind of drought. So a blah fall color. So fall color is always tough. We don't know. It's really all that happens in August and September. It kind of lays the groundwork down for the season. So we're not there yet, but we'll be watching it. Let's see. Billy. Hello, Billy. What happened to all the good people on your channel? And do you know Jude? We still have a lot of good people here. Everyone changes around, Billy. It's part of the business now with this career. People don't stay in. There's so many options out there now. You know, TV, as far as media was, and newspaper were pretty much the big ones, and radio. Can't forget radio being the first. But when you got TV media the way it is now, it's so much easier to expand your career options. So it's just one of those things where it's just a lot of noise out there now and more options, which is not a bad thing. And I do know Jude. I went to school at Jude. Met Jude when he was 18, and we were in college together forming the Storm team down at Western. And oh, yes, I got a lot of stories on Jude, and he probably has a lot of stories on me, so we'll just leave it at that. The end days, we'll just leave those buried in memory banks. Okay. Let's see. Real quick, Jessica, I'll answer your question. Can you explain the rain chances mean 100% certain that 20% of the area will get rain, or does it mean 20% at any given location? Yes to both of those, Jessica. Weather Service allows both of those to be used. In our sense of our forecast, we go by area. So a 20%, we're thinking a 100% chance of 20% of the area will get rain. And if we feel like the whole area is going to get a big blob of rain, we'll go 100%. So we like to use the area. I think you guys understand area on rain and snow chances more than you do that it's a chance given your location, because sometimes that can be a little odd to try to explain. So I think everyone gets that if it's 50, we don't do 50%. But if it's a 40% chance, then that means that there will be some action on the radar. And if there's a 70 or 80% chance, it means it's still going to be an active period of time, but not an all-day rain. So we try to control that based on area. the best that we can. Hope that's a really good question. It comes up often, to be honest, but I try. Let's see. Brian was at the Weather Channel. I was at the Weather Channel. Yep, I was there. I was at Charleston, South Carolina for a while, and Bowling Green, and at the Weather Channel in Atlanta, which makes makes for a fun time working for a national company. I prefer working for a local station. Wave is where I've always wanted to be at, for sure. Okay, let's move on. I haven't even gotten to this third map yet, guys. All right. I mean, I like talking about, but I got to do a little bit of weather before I get in trouble, before Myra comes in. You can see the camera view, a little dim, right? This is in Starlight, Indiana, Huber's Orchard and Winery. That overcast is kind of just stuck. It's the same one. It's the same front that produced the severe weather in Chicago, the tornadoes, the derecho, and flooding in St. Louis. It's the same boundary, not the same storms, but the same boundary stuck in the southeast corner. So you can tell by looking at the satellite as it animates, nothing is moving north or south. Everything is just moving in a southwest flow. It kind of just stuck over Kentucky. So this is not going to change. You're going to deal with an overcast, high overcast for the entire day for Kentucky. It may try to thin at times, and you may see some sunlight up outside, but it won't take long to get back to that hazy look. That means areas that are free from that, which would be roughly around southern Indiana and Covington, all the way north of where I'm drawing, you will be a little more at risk being away from that cloud shield to allow for full heating of the ground, and therefore the cumulus clouds can form, and therefore you may get one or two downpours later today. So yesterday, the storm chance was mainly in central Kentucky. I think today it's going to be a little more on the edge of the cloud shield is where your storm chance will be. Here's a wider view showing that plume of moisture down to the south. And this is the front that will move in tomorrow afternoon and night. I think by the time we get to about tomorrow morning, it should be here. And then around midday tomorrow, it's going to be right on Louisville and curving back. Again, it's an upside down U shape dropping down. And it'll continue into southern Kentucky about Thursday night. And then it'll begin to tilt in a very odd way here as we head into your Friday. And then Saturday, it will tilt even more. And there's a reason for that here in a second. But obviously, with the timing and the spacing on this, the time period of, I would say, morning, midday, and afternoon, so the daytime period tomorrow, that zone right here is when that front will be pushing through the area. It does not look like there will be a solid line of thunderstorms. They do look to be broken in nature, so there will be gaps in between these thunderstorm clusters. Therefore, some of you, yes, could get missed again because there will be gaps. Don't know what that will look like. Don't know if it's going to be you yet. Just can't tell. You can already see a sense of that up there toward Indiana, northern Indiana. Let me find my erase button. I don't remember where that is. There we go. All these buttons are different on this side. Okay, so you kind of see right there across southern areas of Michigan and Illinois. That's kind of what it'll look like, kind of a broken line, very similar. But that is the front, yes, that it's going to move through tomorrow and will help reducing the storm chance somewhat. But there is going to be another feature we need to watch. Two tropical lows that are located, one into Missouri and one located in the western Gulf of Mexico itself. Now, the Hurricane Center right now is not worried about these. They do not have any type of tropical characteristics right now. They're mainly subtropical in nature as far as how they're developing. This one over the water always has to be watched, but I think it'll run out of time. But these are latent with moisture, a lot of it, and it's going to be sliding to the north. And this is something that's been showing up in the past couple of days where we're watching the front from the north coming into play, but we need to keep an eye on what's happening down along the Mississippi with that little slug of moisture. Let me show you at least some of an idea. Here is the afternoon outlook. I know the red again is fuel, storm fuel. There's no golds, bright golds everywhere. So there's no intense fuel or a high amount of fuel, no extreme cape today. It's all relatively typical, like 1,000 cape type of scenario for the area. So that's just enough to cause some of the showers and storms to try to form. And once again, it's going to be in the areas that are not entirely under that cloud shield that we run into it for today. So I like the area of Indiana near the front, and then anything on the edge of the cloud shield today would fire up as well. Okay, advance this. We get into this evening. Everything begins to quiet down for us. We get into the overnight, fairly quiet. Tomorrow morning, now we're going to start to see the front approach. Some showers and some thunderstorms try to form along it. And again, this is going to be roughly lunch to about 2 o'clock. that'll line up, and you can tell just by looking at the model. It's not exactly a perfect line, very speckled, but a bit earlier than the other timing of storms have been this week. This will be early afternoon we're talking about. And that will continue to push south, and then the front, again, goes to south with that upside-down U shape, but it curls back up again because it is allowing for whatever can happen here in Missouri for a return flow to then find a way back into wave country. So it kind of opens the gates, if you will, for that to happen. And we see that if I were to switch the modeling over to a different view and just look at moisture only. And by doing that, you see the deeper moisture there across areas of Louisiana, all the way into Tennessee. This map is for Friday. All right, so Saturday, we're okay, but then Saturday night and Sunday, did you see that quickly? Let me rewind that up just a bit so you guys can see it. Give me a second. Watch that moisture again back into Missouri that develops, and watch just how quickly it will surge right into Illinois and then Kentucky. That would allow for an increase in showers and storms. If this model's right, and some of the others are hinting at it, but looking at it just from a pattern recognition standpoint, it makes sense that there will be a wave of higher moisture that would move in to allow for a wave of thunderstorms. I don't think it's going to rain all day Sunday, but I do think there will be a wave of thunderstorms, and I've raised the rain chance as a result for that, kind of sneaking in that flow. And there's another one that drops in right in behind it, quickly just slides right in for Monday for another wave of thunderstorms. Some of these could be strong, can't rule it out, but mainly heavy rain producers. After that, we have to wait until later in the week to see if we get more of the thunderstorm action that will try to drop down again from the northwest. There's not a lot of that showing up after Wednesday, but it is possible. In general, though, that is the jet stream outline, where we're going to have a strong field in the upper levels of the jet in the Great Lakes to allow for thunderstorms to become MCSs or complexes and make that dive right into Indiana or Kentucky. Now, usually, if they're forming back into Iowa and Illinois, they run out of gas in a big way by the time they get here. That's typically the case, and that may be the case with all of them. But I do think Sunday and Monday right now are not really that type of scenario, or at least Sunday doesn't. These are more tropical heavy downpours I'm watching there for late in the weekend and on Monday. So I just want to make sure to mention that little change for Sunday into Monday that we're watching. Otherwise, this pattern will likely be the case for the rest of the week. And we will likely keep going with this. Looking at August, it just keeps wanting to repeat over and over again. So let me put up the 10-day, and I'll get into some of your questions that you may have. Let's see. Sean, when do you think we'll have any more of those severe episodes before, will we have any more of those before it cools down any? Usually, if we're going to get a cool blast of air, especially a season changer type of setup, I always call those type of events a season changer. When you get one of those and you get cool, they usually do come with some type of active weather. It doesn't always mean severe, but usually they're very active when they move in. That is typically more into October and November before we see something like that. Angela, I like the rain systems in the Gulf. I could smell the Gulf as it rains, as a warm rain. Well, get ready. You're going to be smelling some of that lovely salt water here soon, the way it's trending right now. Let's see. Uh-oh. Are y'all looking at my old stuff on YouTube? Oh, no. Don't make fun of me on that. Don't make fun of me of that. All right. Let's see. Michael, what does the weather and broken records have in common? They keep repeating themselves. Yeah. It's been nonstop this year, especially a lot of extremes this year. No droughts right now. I think we're okay. Indiana is the only place that could use more rainfall right now. Indiana, you may get caught up a little bit today, and I'm hoping the slug of moisture Sunday and Monday may help you out a little more. You're not into a crisis scenario or anything like that, but that's the next area that we need to watch for getting more rainfall will be Indiana. I'm hoping it'll happen. Okay. Angela, the pirate is just don't watch the pirate video. Don't watch that one on YouTube. I didn't get that one taken down. It's not even my video. And last one, Austin, do the heat indices reach 100? It is possible. Yes, it will be a hot week next week. If it's not storming and not active, these 90s that you see there will be with a decent amount of sunshine, and we will have to raise up some of these numbers depending on how wet the ground is, but it is certainly possible we can get up to 100 degrees for heat index later next week. Not going to rule it out. All right, guys, thanks for watching as always. Appreciate you all. Be safe, have fun. Enjoy the rest of your, what is today? Yeah, your Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you guys coming up on midday. Take care.